Bum, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Welcome back to another episode of Squakin, Talkin. We're your hosts, Big Ron Terry, Brett Howard, nickname to be decided, and Nicholas Robinson. Take it away, boys. What would you like to say as your opening statement? What do you have going
My
on?
opening statement is just, I am flabbergasted with how much ability and skill you have to bring us into this great podcast.
Thank you. I really try for you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
All right, we'll just throw away my good music.
Well, I mean, okay. I'm sorry. What a good soundtrack we've had building with...
I will say that the intro is a lot better than his outro. Like the end one.
Yeah.
Because that one will make you just want to like go in a hole.
How great is Brett, the human beatbox, Howard?
Down in a hole, and I don't know if I can be saved.
I thought about the same thing.
So today we actually have a special episode for you where we're going to go through our top 10 greatest PlayStation 2 games. Nick and I are going from the personal sense of these are the games that impacted our life, while Brett actually has
I'm bringing you sales.
the sales.
Statistically.
I'm bringing you the cold, hard facts.
Which was the most hyped game of the PlayStation 2 is what he's going for.
Bringing you cold, hard facts.
That's all right. It just I think our lists are going to be better just because the games are just
People relate more.
Yeah.
Because we had the ones that tugged at your heartstrings.
That's true. I think my number 10 will be one that you guys don't actually see coming. So
I actually think I only have like 6 or 7, and the other ones are kind of up in the ether.
yeah. All right. So do we want to go
I'm
reverse
upset.
order?
Actually, my
10,
personal
10,
the ones I wanted to do personally.
or 10, 10, 10.
Yeah, so I'm upset. The ones I wanted to do personally are not on this list. The ones I hold in my heart, some of them are not on this list.
Well, if you
That's
want
fine.
to, if you want to change from that,
Nope.
this is the moment.
This is what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's got to be
We're
that
here.
deciding factor amongst us.
So we'll go. You want to go first, then me, and then Brett.
Yep.
'Cause let Brett be the
Since
guy.
I'm the
sales.
official, I'm the moderator. You can
All
say
right.
You will tell us how wrong we are.
Number 10.
Number 10. Vroom.
God of War. The first God of War. How just groundbreaking, and how
What a good game.
did it just change your perspective when you started? You remember that scene where Kratos to the ship and he fought the Medusas?
Yeah.
You had no more hype than you're like, damn, this ashen colored Greek, these are red marks, fighting Greek gods.
Yeah.
And
That
you
game was
could-
great.
And you had the 2 little things you threw out. They weren't like sickles, they were like sword type things.
Yeah.
And you could behead your enemies. Just the combos
It's like
you
the
had.
the chain sword
The
things.
chain swords, yeah. Like, it was weird nunchuck sword things.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not here nor there. Hither nor thither. Just the combat of it was just so brutal, it perplexed you. Like, you were captivated
I love the game.
by, yes,
I loved
everyone
it.
did.
I loved it. Number 10, Ron.
My number 10 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
First off, get your list out here. Let's go into this right now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
can I-
I hope you
it was a
enjoyed
fun
the
game.
3.5 minute podcast.
Hey,
Hang on,
listen.
I enjoyed the
Give
Harry
him a
Potter
minute.
games, but really were they
Listen,
number 10?
give him a minute.
Listen, no, Prisoner of Azkaban was number 10 on the list because I probably put more time in that game than I did most games during that era. All right, other than the fact that I am a big Harry Potter fan, the draw to this game was in fact that you could explore all of Hogwarts.
I enjoyed that a lot.
It was free roam, and
Yes.
there's not many Harry Potter games that are free
Most of them
roam.
are linear.
And then
Yeah.
so like after that,
And
I
they
think
were still good games.
I think Goblet of Fire was still
Harry
free
Potter,
roam.
the whole thing was just good.
Yeah, their games are actually kind of expensive to buy too now. Like
They were
used
good
versions.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did. That was my number 10 on my list.
I thought it was such a generational thing for us. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10 surprised me. Number 1, if you would have gave me this title, I would have said it's higher on the list. Number 2, I would have said that its sequel was higher on the list.
The sequel is better than the prequel.
Right, I would have said the sequel on this list is higher than the original.
Yeah.
But at number 10, Kingdom Hearts comes in at number 10.
Kingdom
Starts
Hearts
us off.
1.
Kingdom Hearts, the original, starts us off 5.9 million, including the final mix version.
Can I tell you? And I actually remember when I was a kid hearing about this game. 2002, I would have been in the
I was
7th grade. I was in the 7th grade.
I was
okay?
7.
I was
And
8.
So I was
I don't know
playing.
much.
I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh at Bookland, which was the precursor to Books a Million.
I remember being
And-
ecstatic.
And
about
I was
Kingdom
at a
Hearts.
tournament playing, and everyone was talking about this new PlayStation 2 game coming out with Disney characters.
I remember.
Honestly,
And-
I lived under a rock. I had no idea until I saw it played.
I
was
remember-
Like, whoa.
I remember Disney, like
I was shell shocked. I had PTSD, but
Was
how
it-
great this game
was-
was.
was-
Disney
number
cloned the
one-
shit out of
Was
it.
number the one with Tarzan in it?
Yep.
That Tarzan mission for
Was
me
so
as a kid,
good.
Was the greatest
It
world.
was so
Yeah.
good.
yeah. But I feel
Tarzan
like it
was the best world.
I feel like it
Yeah.
was so tough though. Like if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
I
It was,
Tough.
but that is
Tough.
what made
Yeah.
it like it was just so good.
Yeah.
Rewarding.
that 1 and 2 really were groundbreaking, and 3 let me down.
I never
Three
played
let
thankfully,
everybody down.
So I didn't have the heartbreak y'all had.
Do what?
3.
I never played 3 personally, so thankfully I didn't have the heartbreak. I thought
Yeah.
about buying it, and I heard all the trash from my buddies. So I was like, no,
Just it was too short. It was just like it left
rushed
too
at the
much.
end.
It was. I feel like.
It was rushed. 10 years rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
How do you
like.
mess it up?
I feel like what it was is like we've added so many layers to this. We've made it. We've put all this. What are we gonna do? You know what? It's just over. Go home.
Well, here's the thing. There was so much pressure from the community to put a game out that they
Yeah.
just rushed it out.
Right. It's just.
I
This
don't
is how
think-
it ends. Go
I
home.
don't think they were going to do a Kingdom Hearts 3.
This is how
I
it
think
ends.
that
Go home.
just because there was so much demand, they did it. And they made a lot of money. It's just,
I
it let
wish-
you down.
But now there's gonna be. No, he had always said it was gonna
Yeah.
continue.
It was
He had
a
always said
trilogy.
3 was
he
coming.
He did say that. I don't think they really had the intention to put it
He
out. though.
he had always his
these are-
intention was always we're gonna end the Sora saga with number 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4, much like Final Fantasy will be. There's gonna be different stories. We're gonna branch out. It's not Sora anymore. Unfortunately, whatever the rush, whatever it was, the Sora saga's not over.
I think what really hurt them was the fact that it's Square Enix, and they do have Final Fantasy and all these other titles, and that's what they're more focused on, doing
Yeah.
the Final Fantasies and the remakes and this, that. So Kingdom Hearts took a back burner until it was ready, like, oh no, we gotta do this, let's
Yeah.
just throw it out.
Yeah.
Because really, it's
All right,
Kingdom
the
Hearts
story's over. Go home.
the
That's
best thing Square Enix has going for them.
No, not at all. Final Fantasy is.
Yeah.
All right, number 9.
Oh, let me pull it up. Hang on, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was yelling at him. Number 9. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I'm thinking. Let's see what I got going on. Number 9. Devil May Cry 3.
Solid game.
Was a solid game.
Solid
2
game.
was on shaky ground. 3 pulled it all back together and reestablished franchise, which what is today.
100%. I agree with that. It's not my number 9. It's actually in like my honorable mentions area.
It was
But
understandable. It's
That
kind of
Devil May Cry 3 is definitely where they figured out what they had done wrong in Devil May Cry 2.
it's
And,
where they tightened the belt.
yeah. I actually did not play Devil May Cry 1 or 2. I started with 3, so I had a
Really?
great experience. And then
Ah.
I went back and bought 1 and 2 to play, and I was like, this is hot garbage. So-
Yeah, I'd played all of them up to the point, and I played all of them still, but 3 is where they really figured out their algorithm.
Yeah. All right. My number 9. This was hard because there's so many games in this series I like. I went Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Oh,
That was
what
good.
a
He
game.
actually asked about Armageddon earlier when we were on the list,
Yeah, I'd mentioned
and
Armageddon.
they're all good, but it's not
Deadly
my fighting
Alliance
game.
was
Because Armageddon was the open world.
yeah,
it was-
but Deadly Alliance was the step up in brutality.
Yeah.
Like, that was that, and that's what I was kind of wanting from it. Now, my favorite Mortal Kombat game of all time is probably actually Trilogy. I think it was that had like
Yeah.
36 characters or something in it. Like that was probably like my favorite.
which was much like Armageddon.
Yeah.
Is I'll put it as an honorable mention. Soul Calibur 2 on PlayStation 2 was much better than Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's good.
Soul
but the
Calibur
whole-
2 is my honorable mention.
It's good because Soul Calibur is a good franchise and it doesn't get the dues it deserves. Mortal Kombat, their whole gimmick is look how bloody we are. We're not really a good
So,
game, but we're bloody.
Can I tell you that Soul Calibur 2 is an honorable mention for me because the PlayStation 2 version I don't think was as good as the GameCube version. Because in the GameCube version you got, I think it was Spawn.
Spawn would be a really cool character.
And that's why I think PlayStation 2 was was it Yotsumitsu or was it no It was one of the Tekken characters
Yeah.
you got, and that was kind of a letdown for me.
Well,
Very
Tekken's
interesting
a
you
solid
say that.
game.
Very
And
interesting you would
also-
say that.
Very much so, but if you had a fighting quarrel, early 2000s, you fought out on Street Fighter, or Soul Calibur, Street Fighter. Well, this episode's scrapped. Goodbye.
It's okay.
Funny you should mention Tekken. You can skip me.
No, why is that?
You can skip me in the number 8 spot, boys, because there's two things tied for ninth at 6 million copies a piece.
A pop.
A piece. Tekken 5
A very solid game.
and Final Fantasy 12.
But
Oh!
on the
I know this is where you want to speak.
on
Final
the
Fantasy 12 tied for number 9.
wait a second though. On the thought of Tekken, I don't have Tekken 5 in my top 10. I don't
not
have it in my
bad,
honorable mention.
but it's
But
good.
Tekken Tag Tournament would definitely be in it, and I
Tekken
forgot
Tag
about that game as a
I've never
PlayStation 2 game.
played
Tekken Tag Tournament was huge.
Tekken Tag Tournament was the
Tekken
best
5
Tekken
was
game, probably.
solid. Also, you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of the goddamn bullshit. I don't know if I can say that here. Of Final Fantasy 12 isn't a good game because they get rid of turn-based. It's one of the best Final Fantasies
I
because they
miss Final
tried
Fantasy
something.
turn-based.
Turn-based was good, but it was a nice change. They were trying new things. They were branching out. They had good Aeons. They had good boss fights. It was a solid game and hours of enjoyment. The storyline was really good. The progression and puncture tree, fantastic. They had enjoyable, memorable characters.
I don't think I've ever played Final Fantasy 10
There's a reason.
Well, we're talking
or
12 here,
Excuse
baby.
me, 12.
Yeah,
I mean, I
12.
don't think I've ever
There's
played
a
12.
reason. If you look at all the good Final Fantasies, they're $20, $30. Final Fantasy 12 is still $45, $50 if you want to buy it.
Really?
Like their Zodiac Age, the new
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Huh.
It is one of the highest price Final Fantasies.
Nice. Number 8.
I'm out of this one, boys.
Let me look amongst my list because these are the honorable mention areas.
That's funny.
Boy, this is so tough because I had so many here. So many good games are amongst this system. You know what? I'm going for a sport-based game.
All right.
Ooh.
The first one where you could get off of your deck.
Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk's
4?
Underground.
Underground. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure Underground's the first one you got. And you started out as a created character, and you woke up in your bedroom in New Jersey, and you had to build your...
Gross.
Oh yeah, you were a superhuman, but you built your whole career up.
That's cool.
It was so much fun. You met all the legends. You got signed as a skateboarder. You had to go to all the professional tournaments. You had to actually win them. You got exposure.
I never really played a lot of Underground. I liked... I probably still played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 at that time. Because I had those games.
Oh, did you, old
So,
man?
yeah.
Grandpa.
I'm ready for the remake.
It'll be a good remake.
Oh, boy, it's going to be
I
good.
just wish... For me, with my childhood, my era, I played the early Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, but Underground 1, 2, American Wasteland,
Mine was Pro Skater.
and Underground had such a huge soundtrack. It had like so many great
All
rock
of them
and
had
punk and
good ones.
But this was the most expansive soundtrack.
I think I remember
I think
for
I had like 70 artists on it.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, the one song I remember was the Blitzkrieg Bop or whatever.
Cool Blitzkrieg Bop by the
Yeah.
Ramones.
Yeah, like that was like the opening song for the opening level.
If you need an introduction into punk music, listeners, the Ramones.
Yeah.
They are punk rock, right alongside the Sex Pistols. But anyway,
Those are good games. My number 8 game was a game, I don't know if you ever played this, but it was phenomenal. You could put a cheat code in, alright? And you could become invincible. And you could put a cheat code in to carry around a portable nuclear device and go everywhere on the map in the game out of turn order and except the boss level. The boss level, they kept sending like bombs at you and you can never destroy it. Mercenaries 1.
I've never played
That
it.
game
I've never
was-
heard of it.
That game was phenomenal. Mercenaries 2 was a letdown, but number 1 was absolutely insane. It was like a war type game, and you had to overthrow the dictator at the end, but you could put in the cheat codes and just carry around that nuke and you just watch, and everything was destructible.
That's
Except the last level, the boss's palace, was not. everything was
Oh, you
destructible.
mean it was levolutional, kind of like Battlefield?
I don't know if it was revolutional, but
No, levolutional is what they call it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right.
So we're saying it was phenomenal. It was fun and phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 7.
Conjunction, man.
Number 7. Number 7.
Oh, you don't have number 7?
I don't have a
sorry.
number 8.
I thought it was number...
Yeah.
Number
Yes,
9's
you're
for
right.
Todd.
Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
This may be higher up in your personal list. I don't know. Because you're more of this franchise than my next franchise. Jak and Dexter. Was it the Precursor's Legacy?
Man.
You cut that thing on.
Jak
you were
and
on that little
Dexter
beach.
is up there, buddy. Jak and Dexter's
You know,
up there.
There was
buddy.
no game like it.
I've never played a Jak and Dexter game.
Whoa, you're missing.
I almost put...
Brother.
Was it 3 that had the first one where you got Dark Jak?
Yeah.
I almost
That's
put
two,
that
number
one.
2.
No, I almost put number 2. That's what I thought, but I
Yeah,
was like, maybe
it's
it's
number
number 3. Because I couldn't remember exactly. I almost had
That
number
one's
2.
good. That one was so good.
It was.
That was the best one.
Because I remember that, but I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. I thought it was 2, but I was like, maybe it was 3 later on. But and I always put that one just because it was
That's
so
so
cool,
good.
the dark powers. But one just had so many groundbreaking features
Yeah.
that you could do, and so much exploration.
Yeah.
And such a good storyline.
Nice.
It was a total package. Number 7.
Number 7 for me is my favorite game of this franchise's history.
Oh, I don't know if I want
And-
to hear it.
And it is Soul Calibur 3. Soul Calibur 3 PlayStation 2 was absolutely the best Soul Calibur game released. In my
Honestly,
opinion.
don't know if I played 3. I think I played 2, 4, 5, and now 6.
3 was where they brought in like the character creation stuff. Or
Okay, so I did play 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the story mode was actually good.
The story mode was really good. And character creation, no matter what game, has always been one of my favorite
Yeah.
additions because you are part of the game then.
Yeah.
You were invested. Trying to
Ladies,
get y'all to buy Soul Calibur 6.
I will.
Yeah, I'll buy it from a store tomorrow.
7 million
not-
copies.
Advertise for them because they are the worst store of all time. But okay.
At 7 million copies, coming in at number 7. Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Never played it. I can't comment on it.
I've actually never played a Metal Gear Solid
I
game.
cannot comment on it, but it is number 7 at 7 million copies.
Alright, I'll tell you.
Tell me.
It was a good game. And it had a lot of good features. It had a lot of stealth.
But it was oversold, huh?
I enjoyed it, but overrated.
All
I
right.
had a lot of friends who were like, Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear.
And there you have it.
I
Overrated.
didn't really care for it.
There you have it.
It was so linear and just so cut and dry boring. I didn't care for it. Like, I don't understand the hype of it. People still to this day are like, man, Metal Gear, one of the greatest PlayStation games of all time.
Yeah.
I remember playing it. I cut my PlayStation, come Metal Gear, Solid Snake come slithering in.
You're going to be happy with number 6.
I really hope so. Actually, that's one of my... I'd probably say it's one of my least favorites.
Really? All right. Give us your
Yeah.
number 6.
Alright.
We'll steamroll on to mine.
My number 6 is pretty much Jak and Dexter, but the third game in the franchise, I don't know if y'all have ever played them, it was a much better series than Jak and Dexter because they were fun for all
I know where
ages.
you're going, baby. I know where you're going.
You
Give it to
do.
me. Pump it out.
I will tell you first before I give the big reveal, just pull the wool back from their eyes.
Yeah.
It was fun for all ages. You had the childhood fun of it, but had adult-oriented jokes. Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal.
Ooh.
Numbers. What a good number 6.
You had so many monsters and enemies you could fight. They had adult-oriented jokes for fun for all ages. It was just the fun of being a child, but they also had so many weapons, so many gadgets.
Yeah.
There was so much going on in the game. If you've never played it, buy a PlayStation 2, buy that game, play it tomorrow because we're doing this tonight, and everything's closed.
Now, I apologize having to look at my phone there so much. I had a parent email me about some grades. You know, it's that time of the year where
I thought this was your only job.
that shit was my only job, buddy. Golly.
Number 6,
My
baby.
number 6, I'm going the entirely opposite direction of you. Guitar Hero.
I was so close to putting that in my top 10, and I was thinking honorable mention because that revolutionized.
Yeah.
Revolutionized.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that revolutionized getting together with your friends like the GoldenEye days.
Yeah.
You'd all just come to the sole party leader's house.
Yeah.
And you'd break out your guitars, you'd hang out, you'd have a good time. On top of that, Rock Band was another one. But Guitar Hero...
But Rock Band, for me, was better on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That was more the whole band. Guitar Hero, though, you'd have your whole group of friends come here. Y'all break out the 2 guitars, y'all strap them on.
Yep.
Had such a good soundtrack. Just so many guitar icons. Honestly, I like Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock better than Guitar Hero 1. But Guitar Hero 1 really broke the franchise.
Legends of Rock was my favorite as well.
But it broke the franchise.
Yeah. Guitar for Rock Band, going back to that, me and my group of buddies did the achievement on the Xbox 360 where you played the whole X amount of hours without pausing. We actually did.
That is fantastic. I would love for them to reboot something like that.
I did the bass because I wasn't very good at the regular stuff. So like the bass was a lot easier for the songs.
Well, we know bass play, don't we?
Ba-dang. All right, number 6.
A band called Made of Veil.
At roughly 8,105,000 copies sold, Grand Theft Auto 3. Give it to us.
Grand Theft Auto 3. The game in question. The game we're discussing here right now was groundbreaking because that was Grand Theft Auto's first attempt at a 3D game, and it was solid. My big qualm was I came into it later in life. Had I played it when it first came out, but I was too young, I would have been on the bandwagon. But I came in from Grand Theft Auto Vice City where it had more opportunities for customization. You had more freedom.
Yeah.
So you had your safe houses you could buy. You could customize the way you looked. You had a little more vehicle customization with paint and spray. But this was a solid game, and I will say it deserves to be in that place because Grand Theft Auto was such a solid series.
I never played a Grand Theft Auto game until Grand Theft Auto 4.
That is wild. I've played...
My family never let me play it. It was like they heard about it. They saw like TV interviews about it, and they're like, "You're not playing that."
My parents are always very easygoing. So I started Vice City. I've played Grand Theft Auto 1. I think it was Grand Theft Auto 1 London. It was like a weird sub game. It was like 1966 swinging London.
Yeah.
3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, and 5. Out of all of them, the best thing they've done, I'm partial to Vice City, but I will say one of the most fun they've had, I feel like do a little more with it, was GTA Online. Just because I enjoy the multiplayer aspect, because I'm more of a multiplayer-based kind of man. San Andreas multiplayer is actually fun, if you already played it.
I have not.
It was a split-screen thing. You had to go to certain places amongst the map, and you'd have to find it. Like, one of them was right near Grove Street inside of, like, a burned-out building. There was a certain little icon. You had to go to it and start a whole bunch of stuff. It was a lot of fun, though.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Y'all get me started up. I'm never ready. This may be a game y'all probably never heard of. It was an RPG game. I don't know if a lot of people heard of it. I've actually recently bought it again on PlayStation 4 because I enjoyed it so much. Had so much fun. You start out in a desert town on a planet. It's kind of like Tatooine. And there's monsters invading the city. And there's an overarching empire that polices the government or the galaxy, and they defend the certain planets they're under. The monsters are invading. They don't care. There's a monster hunter called the Desert Bandit or something wild. Desert Star. Anyway, the main protagonist gets up with him, and they defeat a monster and gives him the star. And there's 2 people from a spaceship. They're a group of hunters. They're looking for the desert guy, desert king, whatever. I don't know. And they have this little thing, and they scan like, that's his sword. This must be him. And it starts this whole storyline where they think you are him, but you're not. You're just a random kid. And you board the spaceship with him after you leave this town, and you learn you go through a whole galaxy, just defeating monsters, building the whole lore. There's whole overarching, like, millennia of galaxy heroes. It's just so good. And also, there was a little mini side quest where you could capture bugs and train them, and there was like bug fighting. It sounds ridiculous, but it was so good and so much fun for like a 7-year-old on PlayStation 2. Rogue Galaxy. If you've never played it, check it out. It's definitely worth it. You'll have a lot of fun. The boss fights were a lot of fun because you had your sword, of course, and you could jump, fight, and this and that.
Yeah.
But you also had a secondary pistol, but you also had an action bar to where when you're out of action, you couldn't fight. The only way you could do is a successful defend would refill your bar and a parry. It was so much fun.
My number 5, God of War 2.
Huh. It was decent.
That's like, I like the God of War series.
God of
Actually,
War series.
It was good.
The series is good.
The first one was best for me.
that's why it's rated higher on my list.
First one's so good.
Is it?
Surprise, surprise.
Also, I did a terrible job fitting my number 5. Check it out.
No, I thought you did a great job explaining it.
I mean, I did a terrible job explaining the actual story of it.
It's okay.
I love. Oh, go ahead.
It's okay.
So go ahead and tell us what you think about God of War 2. I don't want to take it away from you.
No, that's pretty much it. Like,
What
I feel like
makes
it's
God of War 2 so high on your list, though? Worse than the top 10.
Because
What did they do different than other games?
I think that game series revolutionized the way games are now. Like, just
In what
violence
way?
factor.
Violence.
Yeah,
the
like
brutality.
the brutality of it. Like, it's God of War 1, which is 4 on my list. I have it one level over. I thought it deserved to be over 2 just because of how groundbreaking it was and how controversial it was to come out. And then I thought
Titties.
they also had the sex scene in it.
They had sex scene.
Yeah. And but in God of War 2, I thought they had a smooth transition within the same generation of consoles to the point where it did not let you down from what you were expecting brutality wise.
No, it was a clean game.
Yep. And that's why it's in my top 5.
That's understandable. A good franchise.
Yeah.
What do they think number 5 is?
I am very, very pleased with number 5.
Mm-hmm.
It was in my top 10.
Looking at it, I'm not pleased with it.
At 8.
Number 11, 12 maybe.
At 8.5 million copies.
Units moved.
Final Fantasy X. My favorite Final Fantasy.
Why is this your favorite Final Fantasy? What makes
The
you
story-
so proud of it?
The story is so compelling and so good. The level up system, you had choices. You could go simple or you could go advanced. And if you went advanced, there was so many options with every. It's not just options with a character. It is so many options with every single character. You could build one into a tank. You could do so many different things. You could make Yuna the Dark Mage, and you could make Lulu the White Mage if you wanted to. You had so many options in this large web of level ups. It was just so many options. The fighting system was so good. I love the turn-based. I thought this game did it incredibly. It was just every part of this game was just so well put together, I thought. The overarching what we talked about, where the twist at the end, where the power that you put into the Aeons during the game, you have to fight the Aeons at the end. So if you build your Aeons up and they carry you through the game, you'd have a bad time at the end. I loved that idea. The whole game for me was just a hit, and I loved it.
Also, I didn't play that game a lot. It's alright. I didn't care for it necessarily. But one thing I heard was
the Final Fantasy X2 thing? Is that what
No.
that is?
10-2 is a different
10-2
thing.
is a different thing.
Okay.
Final
10-2 is a
Fantasy-
different thing.
Yeah. But one thing I heard a lot of people say they enjoyed, and I never really played it, what was the ball game in it? Did you care for that?
Oh, Blitzball. Blitzball is
Blitzball.
kind of fun. It is hard to learn. It's kind of weird to get a hold of. Once you start playing it, you can level up your players. You can get a good team. You play seasons. Like
That
it's
was
like
in this?
it's like a sports game in the game. It was pretty fun. It was pretty innovative to kind of sneak a sports game into the game.
Were there any benefits to the actual game inside that game?
I think you won prizes. You won money and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
I mean, it was
This
pretty
might
good.
surprise you or
good
might not
addition.
surprise you, but I never played a Final Fantasy game until Final Fantasy 15.
Wow.
What a loser.
And
also,
I
yeah.
also thought Final Fantasy 15 was a phenomenal
On a
game.
gaming podcast, he's never played a Final Fantasy.
yeah, how are you say you're a
I
human?
am going to buy Final Fantasy 7 Remake on the
I was going
PlayStation.
to say, aren't you going to buy that? That is the best Final Fantasy. I don't care what anybody says about Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 9.
Alright.
Fucking losers. Final Fantasy 7 with Cloud, the greatest. Cloud and Sephiroth. Has there been
I like
a greater
Yeah, I would say
battle?
7 is the
I
best
also
Final Fantasy.
you know what game I did not put on my top 10, but I didn't even put
Oh,
it
it's
on my
coming off.
honorable mention, but
What
it
at?
should. Dirge of Cerberus.
Dirge of Cerberus was good.
It should have been in my top 10 if I would have
Vincent
thought about it.
Valentine was a really cool
Yeah.
character, and he originates from Final Fantasy 7. But you're more of a religious based man. I'll speak in terms you can understand. Cloud and Sephiroth, God and the devil fighting. There's never been a greater battle.
Yeah,
Hulk
no,
Hogan and Ric Flair.
I know,
For
I
you.
understand Final Fantasy. I just was never into turn-based stuff. So the earlier stuff.
Well, 12 is where you get it. That starts the free based.
Yeah.
I can't think what is that called? What'd they call it?
I have no clue. Open world? I don't know. All right, number 4. You already know mine. I'll repeat it, but you gonna go?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll give you some. I'll give you something a little dirty. A little something dirty.
All right.
Let me slap it on you. I hated the extra long tutorial.
You going to Kingdom Hearts 1?
No, that was pretty bad too. But seeing as I had never played, for some reason, Kingdom Hearts wanted to put 30 games on 30 consoles. Being 8 years old at the time, I'd only played Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2. Who is Roxas? What's Twilight Town? Where am I at?
Yeah.
Why am I here for 3 hours?
We talked about that earlier today. I had never played. Yeah. I had never played Chain of Memories, and playing through the tutorial of Kingdom Hearts 2 was like, what is happening?
Yeah, but
the only knowledge I had was what I finished.
Wait,
Kingdom Hearts 1
didn't
with.
2 come out before Chain of
No,
Memories?
Chain of Memories was before 2.
Was it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chain
I
of
might
Memories,
not have ever played Chain of Memories.
Chain of
in that
Memories is
order.
like a little prequel to. It is between.
Yeah.
It is what happens
They
between
teach you
1 and
about the
2.
nonsense.
It is, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?
I had
Who's
no idea
Roxas?"
as a kid. Yeah. You go through, who are these people? What
The
is
last
Roxas?
thing I
Why
saw-
is there an organization?
The last thing I saw, Sora closed the door, Mickey closed the door, and they were walking through a field, and now
I'm a random kid in town
who's
having
Roxas?
troubles.
Who's Roxas?
Yeah.
But excluding that,
It was a good game.
how good was it?
Yeah.
They polished everything that was about 1. 1 was so good and so groundbreaking, but 2 really,
Was polished.
much like Devil May Cry 3,
By
they
the way-
tightened the belt.
By the way, Kingdom Hearts 2 is number 13 of all time
Yeah, which is-
in PlayStation 2, which is crazy to me. I thought it would be 2 or 1 in PlayStation history.
But
it
people
isn't.
are stupid.
Yeah.
The top 4 on this for me are weird.
That makes
They're
sense.
understandable.
actually.
I almost put Gran Turismo 3 on my top 10
Huh.
just because it was so much fun. I never played 4, but 3.
Yeah. I had a PlayStation Gran Turismo that came with another game, too. It was like a double disc thing.
Like,
can't
I was
remember.
torn. One of my honorable mentions, I hate to pull it because I figured we'd tie up with this, but
Well, just hold on. Then.
okay, I will.
Just
But I
hold
will say, okay, never mind.
Yeah, just hold on to that thought. All right, we're on number 4, right? So you said Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yep.
My number 4 is God of War 1.
Groundbreaking game.
I like it. I
Just
love
the
it.
brutality. Remember when you had 2 swords and you
Yeah.
slam them like that and behead the people?
Yeah.
I just
Whoa.
rated it higher than you because I think that game was I played so
It
much
was so
of that
good.
game.
I enjoy a lot of. There were so many other games. I'm more of a multiplayer based guy
Yeah.
though. I always have been.
Right?
Number 4 at 9,801,000 copies, roughly. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah. Obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
No, obviously yes. Obviously yes.
At
Number
almost
4.
10 million copies?
Yeah,
You
it
think
should have 30 million copies.
Well, nothing on this list does.
Oh, well, I'm just saying what I think it
I
should
mean,
be.
yeah, I can't really say much about it because I never played it. So.
It is good.
It is. I bought it again for. It's the first thing I actually bought on PlayStation 4 is Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
It is
Okay.
good. It is a good
Nice.
game. All right,
All right.
boys, number 3.
I want to put one of my honorable mentions there just because it was so good. Maybe I should put that into God of War.
I
Actually,
have 3 honorable mentions to give you all.
Yeah, I have
that
some
are from my
honorables.
personal vault.
I have some honorables.
And you know what we're going to do? I don't even think we discuss them. We just spit out
Just
our
spit 'em
honorable
out.
mentions and say, there you
I
go.
like it.
Number 3.
All right. Number 3, Final Fantasy 12. The first time you had a free combat system, turn-based was that was their bread and butter, but you can never rest on your laurels, no matter what industry you're in.
Yeah, they transitioned to the new generation well.
They did. It was so groundbreaking. It was such a huge, immersive, open world, and you just stumble, you see enemies in the ground, and you say, do I want to fight them or I'll go around them? You had the choice. Never did they pop out on you like you used to.
Yeah.
So... And the skill tree was just so deep and so well thought out. The Aeons, the boss fights, the mini bosses, weirdo. You had hidden bosses and they were so tough. You would spend so much time trying to fight them. You had so many bosses some people took hours on to beat.
That's crazy. I don't have patience for that.
It was a war of attrition.
I think we own them all on the Xbox One. Like my buddy I console share with is a huge Final Fantasy fan, and we have every one that's been released.
He's a good man.
Out. Yeah, I'll probably start downloading and play some of them.
Please do.
My number 3, we're on 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
A good game.
And you've said enough about it.
I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah, you said enough to where I'm just going ahead and pass it to you, Brett.
Number 3 surprised me very much so. At 11,760,000 copies roughly, Gran Turismo 4. And I've never played this. I can't give any insight.
So when it comes to racing games, Gran Turismo was the standard bearer.
Yeah, I've played Gran Turismo on
PS4.
Until Need for Speed Underground 2 would change the game.
In my honorable mentions. Yeah. There you go, honorable mentions.
Yeah, so,
Need for Speed Underground 2 is it, baby.
I think Gran Turismo they were the start, right?
Even before Underground 2, Turismo was a niche game.
Yeah.
As Need for Speed, Turismo was much more if you were into...
Like almost 12 million copies niche.
Well, a niche in the fact that, yes, Turismo was such a good franchise.
It was straight racing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Track-based sports car racing.
Yeah,
yes.
Sports racing.
Like, actual... From what I remember, it's more of like Formula One style cars.
Yeah,
like
sports on a track, cars, high performance cars on a track.
You had Need for Speed and your Midnight Clubs, which are more street racing.
Yeah.
But Gran Turismo 3 was much bigger for me than 4 just because it was so much more fun. All your buddies play. You had to get you had to actually go through training to get certain license to go up to classes. Like you had close D, C, B.
I knew a lot of friends played Need for Speed, especially Underground 2.
Underground 2 was...
But my favorite racing game of all time is probably Burnout Revenge on the Xbox 360.
It was really good.
I liked wrecking and getting the points out.
Well, let me stop you there, Ron. This is a PlayStation 2 list we have.
We'll have to do a 360 one.
Oh, you know what's going to be in that? Yeah, what's probably be number 1, actually?
Number 1, Halo 2.
Probably Halo, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, was Halo 2 when you got dual wielding?
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Halo 2 had the multiplayer where you could actually play multiplayer, and it was really good. Battle rifles.
I do enjoy that a lot. Blood Gulch. And you had dual wielded needlers. But to me, never mind. We'll say that for the Xbox episode.
Yeah, we'll do that. All
Number
right.
2, baby.
Number 2.
I actually know that's without even looking.
Hey!
I was torn between 1 and 2. And I wasn't sure, can I put the same franchise in my list?
Oh, I did. A few times.
I felt like I had to. And I was torn between, do I go with full-on customization and just the in-depth gameplay of it? And it was just revolutionary, the certain aspects you had of it. Or do I go with just what I found the most enjoyment of? And enjoyment won out.
All right.
Unfortunately,
that's good.
I mean, for most people, may unfortunately. But me, I'm more into that.
All right.
Number 2. Are you all ready for this?
I'm ready.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh!
Or San Andreas. Just when you load up and you're CJ and you're riding your little bicycle down Grove Street. Spoiler alert. You would never guess when you kill Big Smoke at the end. You could not believe he was your betrayer. He was your Judas, Ron, for you.
You're so funny.
Just You remember the thrill you had driving your car in Los Santos Customs, or whatever it's called at the time, San Andreas Customs, I think. And you make a low rider, you customize this paint job, you soup it up. You had all these like buildings you go into and jump off and parachute. You had parachutes, you had jetpacks. That was the biggest map by far they had.
Yeah.
It was just Willie Nelson was in it.
It's a good
Who
game.
doesn't love Willie Nelson? It was insane.
My number 2. Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, it's just mine too. Okay, but
Like-
alright, whatever.
Groundbreaking game.
Yeah, it
We
was
said a lot
groundbreaking.
about it.
It did a lot of things.
I actually enjoyed.
It did.
I actually enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 1 more than Kingdom Hearts 2, which is why it's actually above.
Both
Kingdom
of them are just ridiculous statements to me. You tell me that, Brett, for you, and I'll get to you in a moment. You tell me Kingdom Hearts 1 was better than San Andreas. Where do you rate those two?
For what it did for its genre. Yep.
Now,
Because I think Vice City had more of an impact than San Andreas.
Ooh,
San
no,
Andreas is more
actually.
popular, but I think that one set what San Andreas would be.
I feel like San Andreas. I don't know what genre that is. What's in that genre? Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row?
Red Dead Redemption.
Mercenaries.
Just the kind of like missions.
Yeah,
Tied,
Red Dead.
you remember Tasmanian Tiger where all like just free roam, you do missions? I don't know what that type of game is called.
No,
But it's like
and
Jack 2 was that kind of game where you had missions.
completely different.
You were in a
though.
city and you had missions.
But this was just a slightly free roam, and you didn't have to do missions. It was a linear base. There was so much you could do, and Red Dead being based by Rockstar, because Rockstar is one of the premier gaming companies.
Yeah.
What is that type of game called?
I don't even know. It's,
Like you're in a free roam.
it's almost like
you're in a free roam.
play shooter.
Yeah, you're in a free roam
I'll
base,
see if I
and
can
you
figure
like
it
you're
out.
in a free roam base. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And you can go do. You don't have to do missions. You can do missions. It's not linear based. You can do whatever mission in whatever order you want to. The way Jack 2 was, the way Grand Theft Auto is set up. There, I mean,
Also, Red Dead. Ooh, if it was earlier, I will say Red Dead is one of the greatest franchises of all time.
probably.
I'd probably rather play Red Dead than Vice or Grand Theft Auto, just because.
What's your
Well,
type
here
of
we
game?
go. Here's the comment subject.
Yeah,
What did more for What did more for games and how they would grow Kingdom Hearts or San Andreas?
Well, I think Grand Theft Auto probably did more in that term.
yeah, 100%. They were groundbreaking.
I think Grand Theft Auto reaches to a wider variety of cultures.
All right,
and
which
people.
one was more San Andreas or Vice City?
How wild was that? It was 2004. It came out.
San Andreas or Vice City, which did more?
So, genre action adventure.
Action adventure.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy. Number one.
I think that's the comment question.
Are we at number one now?
No, I haven't given you number 2, schmuck.
Oh.
At almost 15 million copies, Gran Turismo 3.
A-Spec, the one I had, and like I said, it was a lot of fun. You actually had to go. You had your races, and you can get money, and you had a garage, and you could soup your car up, and this and that. But it was all race-based. But then also you had to go to like a driving school and take different trials until you could get to where you could take the actual license test
Nice.
to get to the next class. It was fun, had a little bit of challenge to it, a little rewarding.
You
But
know a lot about
you were
video games, man.
I do.
Like seriously, like a lot more than I expected. Like you remember a lot about all these games.
Well, that's all. Thank you. I guess that's a compliment.
No, it is like because I never played that game. A lot of these games I never. I'm very selective.
You know a lot, pal.
Yeah, like I had a very broad spectrum, but it had a lot of rewarding aspects. But at the end of the day, my big qualm was it was just track based. Like,
Yeah.
but it had a lot of cars you could do. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just played Gran Turismo one on the PlayStation 1. So
PlayStation
All right.
solid series.
the time we were all waiting for. I'm interested to hear your number one, which is really cool, guys. We actually did not. Well, me and Nick did not share any of our lists together.
We didn't
at
either.
any point. All right, so yeah, so none of us shared our thoughts before this. So this is all actually a complete surprise to all of us. So number one, Nick.
My number one is not a surprise, at least to Brett. You and I haven't talked about games in depth. You know what my number one is, right?
Give it to me.
He does not know.
My fucking when you were just cruising the streets and you went to Cherry Poppers and you had Love Fist. Oh, man, I can't remember the name of the club. And everybody broke out the signature dance on the dance floor. You had the YMCA boys on the stage.
Man.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City. If
Vice City beat San Andreas on your list.
To me, yes, personally. I would rather them remake Vice City in this modern era than Grand Theft Auto 6.
I feel like I always remembered people talking about Vice City more than San Andreas.
100%.
It was more of a player base, but people loved the customization more in San Andreas. Yeah. And San Andreas is a much bigger map. But honestly, I've heard a lot of theories that from data miner stuff, Grand Theft Auto 6 is returning to Vice City.
Ooh.
Which, to me, I may as well kill myself before then because I can't handle it.
We got, what, 2022 is when they announced it, right?
Like, it was just so good. Because the maps, unless you had cheat codes, you had to progress the story between the two islands before you get to them. But once you got... That was the first game that I ever beat the whole way through as a child.
All right.
It speaks a lot about me.
Yeah.
I would like to say first, though, when you got... Spoilers. I'm sorry I delved so deep into my list, but... I just have so much to say, and they were so much fun. So many childhood memories. I don't remember me. I was 6, 7 years old. There was no bigger controversy than when you, as Tommy Vercetti, the main protagonist in Vice City, your partner, Lance Dancing Your Pants Vance, he double-crossed you to become the biggest cocaine dealer in Vice City, and you had to take him down from, I think it was Cortez was his name?
Yeah.
His mansion. The greatest in fight with helicopters and guns, and it was much like Scarface.
Yeah.
Probably Scarface ripoff, but worth it. Because it just brought you down. It leveled you as a child. No moment in your life would ever lead up to that moment. You're like, oh man, we're doing stuff with my buddy Lance Dancing Your Pants Vance, and he betrayed you. You're like, my life is ruined now. I can never trust another human being.
Now, you're passionate about this game.
I will end it there.
My number one. I'm on a totally different genre as you. Totally different avenue. This game to this day is still like $80 to $90 if you buy it on the secondary market, which is where you have to buy it now. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I heard a lot about it. I didn't really care for it.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah.
All right. So you know they got the arcade machine at Player's Choice for it. This game was revolutionary for fighting games. The combo system was out of this world, which unless you played Tekken, like Eddie Gordo probably had one of the better combo systems because it was super easy. Mm-hmm. These you actually really had to learn to be able, and you could juggle people almost infinitely. And this is actually recognized as the best game in the franchise still to this day. They've never been able to duplicate the goodness of it, but it's also so hard to get a lot of these characters in the same game together because of licensing. So this game just, to me, it has to be up there because I don't think it sold many copies because it wasn't as available as other games.
It was never like a big advertised game.
It wasn't.
As opposed to some of the AAAs.
It became a lot bigger when I guess when fighting game tournaments became a thing. And I guess they've always been a thing.
Underground for a long time.
Yeah. But that game is my number one by far.
Understandable.
At 17.3 million copies sold.
Draw humans?
Ladies and gentlemen, the number one selling PlayStation 2 game of all time. Nick, you're going to be pleased. You may get erect in your chair. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the highest selling PlayStation 2 game of all time.
Go ahead and take it home. Just go ahead and call up right now. Just go home, download the game, play it. It'll get you pumped.
So we're going to do, to end, right, we're going to do a round of honorable mentions. You can explain nothing about the game.
You give you three honorable mentions, baby.
Only three?
3 honorable mentions, baby. 3 honorable mentions,
four.
Baby. You got 4 honorable mentions.
I got 4.
Okay, I think I have a few. Also, I can't remember. Detroit Humans was PlayStation, wasn't it?
PS2, yeah.
Just
I thought so. How good was that
The game was
series?
phenomenal.
I'm ready for the remake.
baby.
I'm ready for the remake.
Yeah, me too. All right, you want me to go first, so you can figure out?
Yeah.
All right, honorable mentions. Here you go. PlayStation 2, Resident Evil 4,
I always said
Soul
that too.
Calibur 2, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain,
Oh.
and I'm gonna end it with Red Dead Revolver.
Oh. All right.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition
Duh.
Remix.
Duh.
NBA Street Volume 2.
Oh.
2, not 1. The Sims 2 Busting Out.
I never played that one, but
Ooh. And I'll close it out with what was almost in my top 10 because boy, is a solid game. And the new one, number 5, is good as well. Shin Megami Tensei's Persona 3.
All right, my 4. Since I had a fact-based list, mine was all numbers. My honorable mentions are what was in here, what was in this heart right here.
Oh.
So my 4,
Till like it is.
Kingdom Hearts 2. Got a lot of 2s coming at you. Kingdom Hearts 2. Need for Speed Underground 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
forgot about that one.
What a secondary man.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2006.
I like Here Comes the Pain a little bit more, but I do get you.
Honestly,
that's when the WWE
That's when
games
you
were the
could
best.
change your rosters
Yeah.
and like you could have like me and my friends we would go through and we would go to the rosters and we would move all of them. We would move all of them to no brand and we would have a draft.
Yeah.
I would be SmackDown, they would be Raw, and we would move all the brands off of all the superstars and we would have a draft. That was one of the first
We
games I
used
believe
to-
where you could do that.
GM mode in those
We
games.
We used to create our own characters and wrestle for titles, but we
Yes.
never personally wrestled. We let the computer decide.
Ah.
So
I
it was cool.
love putting who I want
SmackDown
as
vs.
the
Raw
title.
2006
Nice.
was
But honestly,
so good.
weren't all those SmackDown
All
versus
SmackDown
Raw
vs. Raws
games?
were just it.
Yeah.
They are
They're
garbage
more
now
of
for
a
2K.
passion thing, it seems like.
They are red hot garbage now.
Yeah, well, they're not
Were
even
they
doing a
2K
new
back
one
then?
this year.
Like if
It's
you
like a different type
like
of
what
game.
SmackDown vs. Raw was so
They
good.
got overcomplicated in the move system.
It
how
was
to do
so
moves and
good.
counters.
SmackDown vs.
You
Raw.
remember, I forget which one it was, and it was one of my favorite things, but it was so ridiculous. You remember when the character creation, you could get the Super Saiyan hair and you could swing in like Spider-Man?
I think it was honestly Here Comes the Pain.
Okay.
Here
it might
Comes the
have been,
Pain
it
was
seems
a
right.
phenomenal game. That was the one with
Was that
Brock
the one
Lesnar
where
on
you
the
could
front.
go out on New York's Times Square and like climb the buildings?
I'm not sure. But I know it was Brock Lesnar on the cover and it was just SmackDown,
Yeah.
Here Comes the Pain.
You were ready for it. You popped that thing in, it was Christmas morning.
Yeah.
You were never more hyped for your life.
That's right.
Now, these two boys left anything off the list that
Well,
you
that's
feel
what
should have
your
been
top
on it.
10 was.
Yeah.
Give us your 10. Give us your 4 honorable mentions. Give us 14, a 10 and a 4 honorable mentions. Whatever you want to do, whatever titles you want us to consider, put it in the comments.
and we'll actually
and
go
we'll
back
answer
and
you.
yeah,
We'll
and
discuss
we'll
it
actually
next week.
yeah, we'll discuss them on the next podcast
And we'll tell
as
you
well.
why you're wrong.
Bingo!
Hey, bingo, bingo! This has been Squawkin' and Talkin'.
Part 2.
Ba-bum. Ba-bum.